Our life before was very monotonous, I would say. But this point, it's been 6 months and we didn't even realize. We are always volunteering for one thing or the other. You would see us hanging out in the lounge or in the table tennis room. Or there are people jamming in the music room as well. Or you could just sit in any of the discussion rooms. We would sometimes, we can get permission to watch a movie, or if there is any cricket or football match coming up, we get permissions for that.
The presentations we made in the first term versus the presentations we make today are just different, completely different.
We were supposed to launch a chocolate brand with 70% dark chocolate.
We don't have to give our 100%, it has to be a 200%.
MBA isn't just about academics. It's a transformative journey filled with learning, experiences, and lifelong memories that you make with your peers. Today, we have two amazing students, Sahaj Gudwani, who is a PGPM student, and Kabir Sehdev, who is a PGDM student, to share their incredible experiences and to give us a glimpse into the life at Great Lakes Gurgaon. What was your first impression of the campus and the people?
Oh, it was a very compact campus. So I really liked how everything is really accessible. We can just we take a bath and we go to the classes. So we have enough time to prepare ourselves, and everything is really accessible. All the B blocks, there are good messes around. So that's the best part.
Yeah.
And how has your experience evolved over time?
Initially, we were all new. We were getting to know each other. We have been part of many friends group. We have got to know a lot of people, and every week it's a new experience. Every semester we get to learn something new. So it's very different, and we get to know how the corporate life is going to be.
Okay. And how many semesters?
For us, I think two semesters have passed,
Okay.
and so 1/3 of our journey is almost complete.
How about you, Sahaj?
So for me, for the PGPM guys, time management is the thing.
Okay.
You know, just when you settle in, you start settling in, you know it's time to go. So time management is the key. Once you start managing your time, everything starts falling in place.
And are you able to do that properly?
Yeah.
Okay.
So well so far.
All right. All right. And how many semesters so far has it been for you?
We are currently in the 5th semester.
Total are 7.
Yeah.
So every student has this one favorite professor. So who is it for you? And more than who is it, I want to know why.
So I would say Ahluwalia sir, Professor Parveen Ahluwalia. He teaches us marketing. His classes are not just sessions or lectures. They are experiences, real life experiences.
Okay. And who is it for you?
I think for me, I would agree for Ahluwalia sir, but I also equally love Dr. VP Singh, especially for his way to have conversations in his classes. He's always ready. The first thing he would enter in the class would be if you have any topic to share about, and then he would make sure that that topic relates to whatever economics he's teaching. So that conversation that he has for the current affairs and the way the papers are set, I think Ahluwalia sir and VP sir take the win.
Okay. Any specific examples or any one of your favorite example that you would like to put about their teaching style?
For Ahluwalia sir, it would be the PPTs that he takes. He's always looking for the precise thing. He'll not take any errors. So whenever there are any PPTs, as he says, bang on.
Brevity is the key. That is what we have to stick to. And now we feel the presentations that we make, the presentations we made in the first term versus the presentations we make today are just different, completely different.
Any specific incident that you would want to share?
I would say, so we were supposed to make a visual ad. So our topic was that we were supposed to we were supposed to launch a chocolate brand with 70% dark chocolate. So it was a 3-slide PPT only we had to make, but our team gave 2 days to it. And so before this, anytime we would make a visual ad, either slides would get deleted or we would had any grammatical issue. But fighting for that bang on from his side, when we showed that PPT, our team received a bang on from him. And that was a complete different experience. And even he was shocked at how people are so happy for just one comment from him.
For his lectures, we don't have to give our 100%. It has to be a 200%.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
And what are the specializations that you guys have taken? For you must be taking.
I am hoping for analytics, a major in analytics and a minor in operations.
And what about you?
For me, it is marketing.
And how did you decide on that? Are you a marketing person?
No, I've come from a finance background. I worked as a tax consultant. But then the faculty that we have, that drove me towards taking a specialization in marketing.
Okay, and what made you choose analytics?
For me, I've been an industrial and production engineer, and I had an internship in supply chain industry. So I've always been curious about data and numbers. So I knew that analytics and operations is where I have to go, and I have been set on it. And I have my internship coming in operations field.
Okay.
So I would like to continue that field.
And now that you are in this journey for more than 6 months now, how are you adapting to? Are you now liking the numbers? Are you confident about your decision of going ahead with analytics, and how are you liking it?
Yes, I think the curriculum is made in a way that it's a perfect blend of analytics and theoretical subjects as well. We had subjects like statistics, and in our third term, now that we have entered our third term, we'll be studying optimization techniques as well. So I think the faculty, the way they teach, and the case studies that we get to read, I think I'm able to apply the numbers in practical life as well.
Okay.
So it's been quite a journey for me.
And Great Lakes is known for its teaching pedagogy or teaching methodology that professors here use. What are your comments on that, and any incidents or any particular examples that you would like to quote?
That is perfectly right. I mean, one thing I knew about Great Lakes Gurgaon is the academics. And when we came here, I think they exceeded our expectations as well. Within the first week, we were handed a case study, and all these case studies are Harvard Business Review case studies. So, more than we have books, we refer from books, but the main thing that we get to do is we get to learn from real life examples. And integrating those real life examples with the teachings of the concepts, I think that is what helps Great Lakes take the edge.
So that's what is the case with Aluwalia sir's classes as well. If I particularly talk about marketing, he makes the sessions relevant and impactful, because day one we had a presentation. We were given brands like Chayos and Tea Point. So we had to make a real life brand analysis for them, and then we went to those stores. We surveyed. We took a survey of 150 people, and then we talked to brand managers there. What were the drawbacks that they were facing, and how they can integrate the challenges, the problems, and the solutions. So we have been working on real life brands since day one. And I think that's really helpful in the long term.
And there are group projects for every subject. So that really helps us meet different kinds of people, deal with different kinds of people. For example, in organizational behavior, we have to make a video or do a PPT. So we're given a movie or a novel, and we have to see whether the concepts were used in the novel or not. So it helps us really analyze how we can apply these concepts in real life as well.
Because you get to learn and interact with a lot of people. Working in the same group, you get to see how your dynamic is,
Plus, you
your group
understand how
dynamic.
working in a team looks like.
Teams keep changing. We don't have the freedom to usually make our
Correct.
teams.
Dynamic team.
So it's every time different kind of people you're dealing with.
You have to learn to work with different people.
And sometimes the timelines just come along for different subjects. So you learn time management there as well.
Okay. And are there any unique teaching experiences or activities that you would want to highlight that has made a significant impact on how this thing has been taught and how this thing is usually taught in maybe school or other colleges?
In academics, as you mentioned, there have been real life experiences, but there has also been a subject called Karma Yoga that we have been dealing with. So we go to government schools and we help them. We usually have 4 visits in one semester, and we have to help them. We have to look out for difficulties. We have to look out for all the issues that are there in the schools, and then we help them solve the issues. So that is also a good real life experience that we get to make, and it's a really good morale booster as well. It helps you feel nice.
Like I just said, that Great Lakes is known for its teaching methodology and pedagogy that teachers are using. So what is so special about that?
So I think the best part is that they help us integrate with technology as well. It's not just manual work that we have to do. For example, in our first semester, we had a subject called statistics methods for decision making. So in that subject, we were taught how to do a hypothesis testing manually as well, but we were also supposed to show the testing on MS Excel as well. So we used multiple softwares for decision making as well, and we are not just taught on paper work. And in our exams also, we are allowed to use laptops for specific subjects. So we get to use tools there. And for other subjects like human resource management and written communication, we have the freedom to use generative AI tools such as ChatGPT, but we should also know how to use them. So using them correctly for help rather than because they help us expand our thinking capabilities as well. So the tech integration part has been really nice.
Is there anything that your professors make you do apart from the classroom studies and presentations?
If not in the curriculum, if I take VP Sir's example, it is not said and go, but we all know that if we have an economics class, we need to be thorough with the newspaper. And it's not just today's newspaper, we need to be thorough with everything that's going around. With Ahluwalia Sir, if we get a brand, we are supposed to launch a brand, that data has to be foolproof, that data has to be concrete. And for that to happen, we need to go outside, we need to step out. We get the weekends, we have to step out for if we're getting a shoe brand, and let's say I'm getting Puma. So for that, I have to go to a Puma store, I have to take a survey, and I have to show that survey. So these things that help us move out of a comfort zone, that is, I think, what the professors really make us do.
Any interesting project or initiative you worked on?
So in our microeconomics subject, we were supposed to do a group project where we were supposed to sell things to check the price demand, the changes in price as per demand. So for that, we were all supposed to keep stalls in the campus. So there were people who kept stalls for juices. There were there were students who had stalls for charts. So I didn't have a stall. What I did was I used to take classes in the evening. I used to teach SMDM to students. So within campus as well, they help us get out of the comfort zone and they help us explore our passions as well. And for operations, we were supposed to make a video. So me having a knack for filmmaking, I could explore that area as well. So it really helps us integrate our passion with the academics.
And any specific project or initiative that you have worked on that you found very special or
Yeah, so I'll talk about marketing itself. So I worked on a lot of brands, starting with Chayos. So we went to the stores, we did a brand analysis, we met the brand manager, we took a survey, we took his interview, we met a lot of customers, we focused on their product mix, what they had to offer, and then we also, gave them an alternate solution as to how they can enhance their reach in the market in the areas where they were yet to open their stores. So I think, and then we've worked on brands across all industries, be it automobiles, be it FMCGs. I think that's what makes it really amazing.
and that's more or less about classes. But what do you guys do after classes? You have classes till around, let's say, 4, 5 in the evening, or
For us, it's still 4. We're usually free after 4 if there are no quizzes. And after classes, we recently had an Elevate lounge. So sometimes you could see us playing pool there. Or my hangout spot is the table tennis room. My group of friends is always. So after dinner, post any meal, or between any classes, if we have time, we would come to the TT room. We would enjoy our time there.
Yeah, for me as well. We don't have our classes getting over this early.
Mhm.
But then, say our classes get over at 6:30 or 7 p.m. in the evening, then you would usually find me hanging out in the lounge, like he said. So we have this recently opened Elevate Lounge. We have a lot of facilities in there. So we have foosball, we have
Oh, nice.
carom, we have table tennis and pool also.
Mhm.
So a lot of students after the classes they hang out there. We have a really nice cafe and bakery setup also. So I think that's what you really need to have, that downtime also after the classes.
Okay. How a day in your life looks like? How does your day start and how does it end?
Our classes start around 8. From 8 to 4, we attend classes. After classes, we are usually with our peer groups because we have to prepare for some presentation that we might have. Or there is some group project deadline, capstone project deadline that we have. So once that deadline is complete, after that, it's around 6 or 7. It takes at least 2 hours for one team meeting. After that, we would have snacks. We have snacks available in the canteen. We have snacks. We go out for a round. We meet with our friend groups, and by that time there's already time for dinner, and then we keep hanging around. So it's really cold outside right now, so we would prefer staying inside. So again, you'd see us hanging out in the lounge or in the table tennis room, or there are people jamming in the music room as well, or you could just sit in any of the any of the discussion rooms. We would sometimes we can get permission to watch a movie, or if there is any cricket or football match coming up, we get permissions for that. So we keep ourselves busy.
And do you guys have any favorite go-to places on campus where you mostly unwind after a long day or where you meet your friends or hang out with your friends with?
I think after campus, after classes, everyone would just love to have a snack in the cafeteria, have some tea or coffee. Apart from that, everyone is still pretty much excited about the lounge, and also the amphitheater is a good hangout area. It's not that windy during the evenings, so everyone likes to spend some time there. If there is good sun, we get time between the classes, we get time between breaks, so we come out to get some sun. So it's a good jamming spot. The music room is a good jamming spot. So these are places that we hang around.
And what about you?
So I would say I usually go to the volleyball court because I really love playing volleyball.
Okay. So clubs and committees, or we call it societies in some colleges, are a very important part of a student life, especially in a B school. So are you guys part of any clubs and committees? And if yes, how has your experience been so far?
Yeah, so I'm part of the operations club. It's called Opus, and the experience been really great because every month we have this aim that we need to complete these events. We recently conducted a Six Sigma program for all the students here, and we are always conducting some events. So we have to look for something new. We have to. There is a good brainstorming session that happens with the entire team, and the team contains around 20 to 25 people, and we sit there, we decide which event are we about to host, and organizing the event. So a lot of logistics goes into it, planning the event beforehand. We have to get permissions, we need to make sure we decide two spokes who will be handling the event, who will be leading the event. So you really get to learn event management through that as well.
And are these clubs mostly about events, or what else do you do?
It's about events. They host some talks as well. There are clubs that would collaborate with that. There is an alumni committee as well. So we would collaborate with the committee. If there is any alumni who has been in the part of the club for that specific field as well, so they would come. We would keep we would keep alumni meets as well. There would be guest talks, and as I mentioned, there was a Six Sigma program that we conducted by Grant Thornton. So all these events, not just playful, fun events, but
Okay.
we have our hand in everything.
I am a part of the admissions and the BPR committee. So this is the marketing team of Great Lakes, we can say. So as a part of this committee, I am a student volunteer. We started off with managing a lot of events, helping the other clubs and committees to streamline their efforts, whatever they events they organized. Then, apart from this, we also handle a lot of events like we have our flagship winter business conference, we have the Crest, we have Sapience. These are all the fests that we have at Great Lakes Institute of Management. These are all marketed and managed by the admissions and the BPR team. So apart from this, we also have a new batch of students incoming every year. So for that, the admissions team is also responsible for student volunteers. We help smoothen the process there. We travel to various cities wherever the interview process is taking place. So that's what, and I think for somebody who likes to explore the on field part of marketing and the branding thing, I think they should really be a part of the admissions and BPR team.
All right. And does being part of such clubs and committees help you enhance your overall MBA experience? And what is that something apart from fun, or apart from just being a part of any club or committee? What is that something that you learn from these?
So once we are part of the club has to be handled by us only. Being completely student oriented, the best part is that it gives us an holistic approach. It's not just we are not restricted to the club itself. We have to think of Great Lakes as a whole, and that club itself, it involves a social media team. So there is marketing and branding that comes along there. There is a logistics team that has to take care of all the events. There is a newsletter team. So there is a research team that goes in there. So it takes all of your skills and it helps you work on all of your skills as well. So in the end, it adds up to our MBA journey, and obviously, whatever we do in the club has to be shown in our resume as well. So the recruiters are also interested at how different were we as part of the other members as well, as compared to the other members.
And how does it groom you professionally?
Because doing all this, you get to learn and interact with a lot of people while while managing the fests. If I talk about fests and the winter conference and a lot of business conclaves, the management fests that we have here, we have a lot of industry speakers and we get to interact with them. We see how they have been, how they are in the positions that they are in today. We get to learn to how to get from where we are to where we want to be. We get to learn to bridge that gap. So I think that is really helpful.
There are specific steps that we have to follow for every step that we take. So if we have to get a permission for any event, then there is a specific procedure that we have to follow. So that maintains the professionalism, because in the end we are answerable to our mentors as well. And we represent Great Lakes. We represent the club, and the club represents Great Lakes. So even if we are posting anything on social media or we are hosting an event, there is a specific procedure that we follow. So it helps us keep that professionalism alive as well. So the best part is there is no different area for everything. You can have fun inside the inside the academics block as well, and you need to follow specific dress codes as well. So that really keeps you on track. And in when it comes to classes, the seating of the classes is perfectly aligned for everyone. So we fit in a good amount of 70 to 75 students. There is a good auditorium that is there, and everything is accessible. So even if we have to go change for a specific alumni talk, we have to sometimes be in business formals. We can just go back to our hostel, which is 5 minutes away. We can just walk back and we can just come back. There are accessible lifts that are there everywhere. So that really gives us the ease.
Great Lakes also organizes a lot of formal events like Sapience and Winter Business Conference. Plus, there's this Crest, which is the annual management fest. So, how are these events like, and what all these events contain, and how do you guys, contribute to these events?
So the best part about these events is that they're all student coordinated, and it allows the students to volunteer and learn a lot from it. They are monitored by all the faculties, but they're all coordinated by the students. There are senior students who take the coordinator positions, and there are first years who take the volunteering positions. So that really helps us gain practical experience and learn a lot. And apart from that, it helps us network as well, because all the conferences and the events, they have companies sponsoring us, and they have researchers and business leaders that are coming in for talks and panel discussions. So that really helps us connect more, and hearing them really helps us learn a lot.
And what about Crest, which is the annual management fest of Great Lakes Gurgaon? What happens during Crest, and what is the event like?
So during Crest, we have a lot of that is basically an inter college, an inter institute thing. So we have a lot of students coming in from a lot of campuses across the country. So this year we had a lot of students from MDI, we had from ISB, we had IM Shillong. So the diversity was here, and we got to interact with the students. We got to know their perspective. We had a lot of case competitions and panel discussions there.
Okay, so all these students come for competitions.
Yeah, so it was so we had case based competitions here in the college itself. So all the teams were given real life case studies, and they had to present their solutions and the business problem within, it was a very quick time limit that they were given. I think the learning perspective really widened there.
Awesome, awesome. And how do these events help you, or help you enhance your MBA journey?
So as I mentioned before, they help us volunteer in it. So we get to learn a lot from that, and it's not like any specific field that we have to volunteer. If you're, for example, if I'm in a logistics team for Crest, then I can also be an MC for the winter conference as well. So it really helps us expand our portfolio and look into various fields where we are, trying to put a hand in or see where we best are at.
Mhm. Festivals are something which are very special on campus, especially when it's a residential program and all of you from coming from different parts of the country, staying in a hostel. And how are the festivals like, and how do you guys celebrate festivals?
There is always a party for each festival. We had a Diwali party as well. We recently had a Christmas party as well. And the best part is that the Christmas party was between our exams, but the college made sure that we had the Christmas party. So it really gives a good vibe that the festival is coming. And for people who miss home, it really gives them that homely feeling that this is a new home, this is a home for 2 years. So that really helps us enjoy the event with our friends around. And there is good food that is being made in the mess. So they really keep us fulfilled.
I think Lodi, we have people coming in from the northern region of the country. We have Onam celebration here because people can't really travel back to their native town and homes. So giving them the feel of it that this is their new home. The campus, the admin team just makes sure that everything is in place.
I definitely agree. I saw the videos you guys posted about the Ganesh Chaturthi celebration, and that was a hell of a crazy festival that you guys did. And amazing job on that.
There was Janmashtami as well, and we all the batches had different teams. We had the entire matki foding and everything.
Oh, nice. The campus being located near to Gurgaon, how does that help, and how do you take the maximum advantage of that?
So, being next to a corporate hub, it really gives us an advantage, first of all, because a lot of companies favor coming here. And the second part is if there is any group project or if there is any research that is to be done, it's really accessible to us.
Yeah.
Every weekends, we have shuttle services that are provided by the college. So, we can fill forms and we can go out. We can check out different spots as well. And people who are new to the city, they get time to explore as well.
Okay.
So, it's a good hub for students to hang out as well for life beyond campus.
Right. So do you guys usually go to Gurgaon for your live projects and all of that? Or-
Yes, and this time DM1 for our outbound project, we were supposed to go to, we were given hints. So we were supposed to figure out what place in NCR we have been given. And we were supposed to travel to that place. We were supposed to have an interview with the shop owners, specific type of shop owners. So it was part of a curriculum itself, exploring the city.
Yeah, we missed on talking about the sports facilities and all of that. How are these like? What all sports facilities do we have on campus, and how much are the students involved or engaged in that?
We have the volleyball court, we have the football ground, we have cricket ground, and then moving to the lounge, everything is just an immense, plethora of opportunities.
So there is a badminton field, there is a cricket field, there is a football field, there is a volleyball field, and the sports committee is organizing events every month. There was recently an inter-batch football, volleyball competition as well. There have been football and cricket competitions as well. So I think the best part is me being a football enthusiast. I get to play every day in the evening.
Oh, nice.
There are a sports team as well, and we participate in different competitions. So it really helps you blend that sporty and academic feeling that you have together.
Okay, and we have almost like all courts for all.
Yes.
sports.
Yes.
Nice.
There is
nice.
basketball court as well.
Cool. I think this is it, guys. I think students will get to know, a gist of what Great Lakes Gurgaon campus looks like and what all is happening inside the campus. And rest, I think we should leave on them to come and experience. Okay, thank you and awesome, guys. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much.